Hi, I'm Diana from OSCER. I was a bit confused when Monty said in a not Romanian way, which is, yeah, normal to not know how to say OSCER. And I was like, who will be presenting from OSCAR now? Anyway, I'm Diana. I am General Secretary in Romania, and yeah, I'm excited to share with you a bit of what we have done last year. We were really challenged by the restrictions that have been in different places. We knew that that might come, so we had, in the beginning of academic year, actually in September, we started faculties in October in Romania, an online gathering with the teams in different cities, and we tried to challenge them to think of how they can move things online and be creative and things like that. But as the lockdown started coming again in different cities and more restrictions, they got discouraged. They haven't done like much things. So we tried to pick up from the national level and encourage them to do maybe some things online all together, like we'll help them organize the things online, and they can invite their colleagues and friends in their own cities and eventually do something there. So we had some online trainings for them, and then we organized online Christmas events together. And we had carols, and we have like Kahoot or kind of online interactions, and we used live streamed. We got inspired by IFIS to just share it on Facebook and YouTube. And some students in one of the cities, they met together. That's kind of the pictures down there. They met to watch what we have done online, but kind of in a group because they are allowed to meet in that city and use that opportunity to be together. Another thing we have done for Christmas was with international group in Bucharest. We have done a virtual advent calendar. That means like we had every day something about Christmas. We had in the Sundays before Christmas the light of the candle and explaining what that each light means. That's not something that Romanians will know about. We don't do that in Eastern Europe, I guess. In Romania for sure. But for others, it's a good opportunity, like they do that, and Heidi explained every Sunday like what it means and use that to use for the gospel. We had readings from the Gospel of Luke, and we went through all the gospel stories, and we had other things in between. We had carols sung by our students, or how to, the connection went lost. I might not be able to click anymore. Yeah, we don't have connection anymore. But that's kind of like really fun to have on Facebook and Instagram, a way to connect with students and either to encourage them to prepare something or to decorate with us or to hear something from the gospel. So that was great. And we have done also an online event for international students in English, and we invited Glenn because we heard him speaking at Foyer online last year, and I was like, oh, that guy is cool, and he addressed some things that will go really well with Muslim students, and we had him online, and we organized an online Christmas event for international students. Not many have been watching the stream live, but we've been really in touch with them, and the great thing about live streams is that they stay on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram later on. Other things that we do in Romania are ski camps in winter, which are like mission weeks. It's just like away from the city. We have students registering, and every day they will have like a talk on something on the gospel. They in general pick a theme of the camp, and they will speak on that, and they have small group discussions, and they follow up from there with Bible studies or other things with students. So we had 2 of these last year as well in a weird situation with some more regulation, but there have been 2 ski camps happened last year and some other weekend aways just on the mountains in other times of the year, where again, students will do either uncover or some other things with their non-Christian friends and have fun together. The group in Bucharest tried to do a mission week online, and they had 3 evenings with 3 different people kind of sharing online as well, with inviting their colleagues and friends. In between, they were trying to do face-to-face things, but it was just kind of a bit challenging, that. And then we get to April, when everyone was discouraged by trying things online, didn't really working out, trying to connect with their colleagues. Students were back in their homes, it was hard to meet in the city, and we were quite discouraged. But we have this group in Iasi, they were just bit crazy. They didn't really care about regulations. They kept meeting, and they had every week these kind of things like Christianity versus something, medicine or art or literature or artificial intelligence, and they will invite someone from the profession to discuss about their domain and Christianity, and they'll have games together, and there'll be like sometimes like 60 students in a room, and in other places like they couldn't meet at all, like they could be just two people on the streets or things like that. And they had a mission week in April, and I will show a video of how that went. Let's see.
Bring your tithe and bring your shame. Bring your guilt and bring your pain. Don't you know that's not your name? You will always be much more to me. And every day I wrestle with the voices that keep telling me I'm not right. But that's alright, 'cause I hear a voice and he calls me redeemed. When others say I'll never be enough, and greater is the one living inside of me than he who is living in the world. In the your doubts and bring your fears. Bring your hurt and bring your tears. There'll be no condemnation here. You are holy, righteous, and redeemed. And every time I fall, there'll be those who will call me a mistake. Well, that's okay, 'cause I hear a voice and he calls me redeemed. When others say
so that was just kind of really encouraging for everyone in the country, because when many students couldn't know anything, they were just texting us every day like about the discussions they had on the streets and the students that came and the things that were happening. And I think all of us, all the movement was kind of like, oh, something happens in our country, that's something going on, and a lot of students are coming. And I think it's really spoke to everyone, kind of their braveness and desire to do something despite regulation and everything. So kind of in the summer, as the weather was going better, more people try to do things. Another online thing we have done was something on emotional health, again for both Christians and non-Christians. In the beginning, we have done one only for Christians, as we were discussing with students, realized that they struggle with anxiety and stuff, and they said like, it would be great to do something like that to invite our colleagues as well. So we've done another one where colleagues could have been invited. There haven't been many coming, but there have been few of them. And it was a nice conversation about emotional health from a Christian perspective and how to deal with that. And that was like, yeah, was a good opportunity. And then something that happens in Romania in the summer are English camps, and we have teams coming from InterVarsity helping. And this city in Craiova, they have camps every summer. It's just huge, but they couldn't have them. Had them like the previous year and this summer as well. But what they did, like they had an American team coming this summer, and they had something in the city. They have few evening events, and then one of them at the end was like really great evangelistic talk, like in the style we do here, and it was just a great way of still engaging with the students in the summer, even though it was in the city, which all regulations. So we thought, like, what can we do to help students restart in the new academic year? And we thought of having some vision casting events in 2 big cities. Cluj, we are pioneering there. So like last year, we had only these 4 students there that were praying for their colleagues and hoping to do something. And we told them, like, what if we bring Luci, which is quite known in the city and among churches, to gather Christian students and share about the student ministry vision to them and encourage them to be involved, and then you follow up from there. So we had this event in the beginning of October, and a lot of students came, around 80 of Christian students that we didn't know before. They heard about the student vision, and 50-something signed up to be followed, like to learn more about the group. Not all of them came afterwards, but there are about 20 now that they are meeting every week, and they discuss, they do the 5 thresholds together and think of how they can go to their colleagues and organize activities together to invite their colleagues too. And we hope that we might do a mission week in spring in there. And something similar happened in Timisoara, where also the group really shrinked during pandemic, and they've been kind of just 4 or 5 of them, and they had again like an event to be together with other Christian students and share the vision. They wanted to have a mission week next week, but because of the new restrictions in Romania, they canceled it, and again we hope that this might happen in the spring. But what we had also was another mission week in the beginning of October in Iasi, the city that had the other mission week in April. So that's kind of something we try to encourage them, like to think of public events and mission weeks that they can do to relaunch their groups and gather new Christian students and non-Christian students to build friendships with, because many of them never met their colleagues face to face. They have done everything online, and many Romanian students are back home, so they thought maybe you can reach the students that are in the city even though they are not our colleagues. So yeah, now we are kind of trying to encourage them to follow up well, and we still have some work to do on that. So what's next from that? Kind of we really pray and hope that we can plan better some mission weeks in the spring and maybe do some more training and preparation with them. We realize that students still don't see really well the mission week as something that is part of the Holy Year mission, and we also do with Luke and Luci, with Chrysalis, we try to do some speaker trainings, encouraging Romanian speakers to prepare talks, and we do that online. Like we had a seminar online, and then they have to prepare. They'll come to give simple talks in small groups, and then they have to work on the feedback and come again. So that's something that is going on at the moment, and yeah. We try to encourage the groups to, the students to do small groups gatherings and to use Uncover or Explore groups. That's something in the UK we have translated and adapted it into Romanian with videos and it's deep conversations, and we try to encourage them to do that, as well as one-time events or camps that kind of still happen in the country. So yeah, that's about Romania and how you can pray for us.